In this video, I am going to share with you a shortcut method to apply integration in place of by parts. So for example, whenever we have an integration like that, wherever we have two functions u and v, we always use a by parts by using one function for integration, one for differentiation. You can see a number of examples here mentioned, and it becomes tedious if the power is more because a lot of steps are there. Like if you apply this formula, there are so many steps, you keep on integrating, differentiating, so maybe of 3-4 lines are involved over there if the power is more. So I'm going to share with you one shortcut formula instead of by part. That is a final step of the using by part rule even. So what you need to remember is, first of all, identify two functions uv, where one is for derivative and one is for integration. Here d stands for derivative and I stands for integration. And then I have taken this formula where use means this formula is used. So what does it mean? You are saying that this u is just a function. In the first step, u dash stands for first derivative, u double dash second derivative, triple third, and so on. And v1, v2, v3 are the integration, first, second, third, and so on. So you are observing here the formula is having the alternative signs, plus, plus, first term positive, second negative, plus, minus, and so on. And we are observing that in the starting step there is no differentiation but integration starts, and then the first derivative is multiplied with second integration, and this way the alternative sign will go. Now how you have to apply this formula? The point number one is, just remember that this formula is only used in some specific function, wherein your differentiation function must be a power form, whether one term or two term, any number of term, but all should be power. So you are only applicable for a algebraic function like x square, x cube, x to the power 4, any positive power, provided they are having a algebraic one term, two term, or any number of terms in them. So the u function is first of all algebra. V function can be any of the three, like it can be sine function, it can be cos function, it can be exponent. So you cannot have any other function over there. Trigonometric function are only two, sine, cos, or the third one is exponent. So if you see the combination of power with sine, combination of power with cos, combination of power with exponent, we can use this shortcut technique. So the before I switch to calculation, let us quickly see how we are going to apply it. So first decide what is your u and v, d and u and v, where one is derivative. Obviously power will be for derivative, and sine, cos, exponent you will take for integration. So tabular form is better, you can use a tabular form. So what you can do, in the top table I have written here all the derivatives. What you will do, you will stop when the derivative is 0 and then you do integration. But important point is that differentiation will start from the function itself, but integration will start from the first integration. Let us see with the help of example. I have written the same thing, like here you can say u and you are multiplying with v1. Here it is u dash, you are multiplying with u2. Here it is u double dash, you are multiplying with v3, and so on. And you are observing that positive, negative sign are there, so I put it over here. Why I suggest you to do like that? Because if we directly apply integration differentiation, sometimes a error of negative sign, positive sign might be there, because in sine and cosine integration it always keep on changing the sign. So from that point of view, the table form is better. Let us see the one question, but before that quickly let us recall the formula. Integration of sine is minus cos divided by its coefficient, cos is sine divided by its coefficient positive, and e to the power ax is e to the power ax divided by, and derivative of n is n into x to the power n minus 1. So let us start with the first question. Here I will write down the derivative entries and here I will write down the integration. So let me write down the derivative. So first of all, step number 1 is you just write down, this is for derivative and this is for integration. So just write down x square as it is. Then you differentiate, first time 2x, then one more differentiation can be done. When you have a 0, stop. Next part is you just integration in this row. So first of all, here I will not write sine 3x. I'll do the integration of sine 3x. So what is integration of sine? First of all, it is having a minus, and I am having here cos of 3x divided by 3, and then integration of minus cos will be minus. So it is minus sine 3x. 1 3 will all again come, so it become 9, and then integration of sine is minus cos, but in the previous step it is negative, so it will be plus, because negative negative become plus, but there will be one more 3 will come in the denominator, so 27. Here I will stop because I will not use this entry. Why? We are multiplying the corresponding. So then you remember this term multiplication is positive, this is negative, this is positive, this is negative. So the final step I am going to write with you, that integration of x square sine 3x dx is equals to, let us write down the multiplication with plus. The first term is x square minus cos 3x by 3, here minus minus become plus, and I have a 2 by 9 as a number because I am just looking at these two terms multiplication, x into sine 3x, and then I'll see this one, this is positive, so answer is again positive. Sine I have already written on the top, so it is 2 by 27 cos of 3x. If it is a indefinite integral, you can write down plus c, and if limits are there, you can put a limit in this final step. So this way you can write the answer. Let us see one more question here. This is a D, and this is for integration. So I'll write down D here, and I'll write down integrating term here. So let us see what is the first step. First step is write down the derivative term as it is, x cube, then it is 3x square, then it is 6x, then it is 6, and then 0. So I'll do the integration started, e to the power 2x by 2, e to the power 2x by 4, e to the power 2x by 8, e to the power 2x by 16, and stop. Now we are going to use the sign. First, this multiplication is positive, this is negative, this is positive, this is negative. So we are in a position to write an answer. What is answer? X cube e to the power 2x dx is equals to, multiply simultaneously, multiply these two. So it is x cube e to the power 2x by 2, then negative is there, so minus 3 by 4 x square e to the power 2x, these two terms positive. So plus you can simplify, you can write down 6 by 8 can be written as 3 by 4. You can simplify if it is if there is a possibility of cancellation, you can do it, or do it later on. So it will be x e to the power 2x, because here I was 6 by 8 in this case, so it will be 3 by 4. So I have simplified, and this one is, here you are getting, this is 6 by 16, so here again 3 by 8. So your answer is with negative sign, minus 3 by 8 e to the power 2x, and that's it. You can write down plus c. So see, this is so quick, because if you apply by part the usual formula, it become very lengthy. Why? Because you keep on doing the steps till you get a ln e to the power 2x. So this formula is very useful for that, and you can similarly do this question. Here you can write down d, and here you can write down integration. Differentiation I will write as it is, x cube 3x square 6x 6 0, and here it is integration of sine 2x is sine 2x by 2. Second integration is minus cos 2x by 4. Third integration is minus sine 2x by 8. Then fourth integration is plus cos 2x by 16, and I'll stop over here, stop. And then you can multiply, and your integration answer will be, I'm writing directly the integration over here. What is the integration? We can write down here positive, negative. Don't forget this step, otherwise there is a, so I don't use this part. discard it, only 4 terms will be there. So the answer is x cube sine 2x by 2, minus minus become plus because minus from the integration and minus from the formula. So 3 by 4 x square cos of 2x, and here again you are getting this is minus sign, and you're having 3 by 4 x sine 2x, and here you are having minus 3 by 8 cos of 2x plus c. So this way we can calculate the answer. Now let me share with you, if you have a limit, what will you do? I've already calculated the terms. You can see here I have done the d parts, x square 2x 2 and stop here, and integration of e to the power minus x was there, so e to the power minus x divided by minus, then one next integration is it become plus, next integration become minus, and then it become plus, and after that you can find out the positive negative because this term will be discarded. There are only 3 terms, and you can see I have written here x square minus x square e to the power minus x, and then you have a minus 2x e to the power minus x, so we get a 3 terms. Now important point is, because it is a definite integral, it means limits are there, and you should remember that whenever there is a, because when you plug in the value of e here infinity, so it will be e to the power minus infinity, and e to the power minus infinity is 1 upon e to the power infinity, which is, it is tending to infinity, so 1 upon very big quantity is always tends to 0. Always remember 1 upon infinity will always tends to a very close to almost 0, so we take it as a limit 0, and here e to the power 0, whether it is negative positive, it is 1, because 1 upon 1 is 1. So you can observe that in first term everywhere, because when you apply the limit, we'll apply the upper limit minus lower limit. So upper limit is here infinity, because whenever you have a function and you have a limits a to b, we always write down f of b minus f of a. So b stands for here. So when you put e to the power minus infinity, it will tends to, this will tends to 0. So when this term tends to 0, anything multiplied with 0 is 0. So this will be a 0, this will tends to 0. And here when you put 0, this e will give me 1, and inside wherever there is x, that is will be 0, and here only constant term will be left minus 2, because upper limit minus lower limit with the minus sign, I'll get a 2 answer. So here you are observing that the formula will give us a quick answer. I hope you have understood that. Thank you.